Hello, it's a privilege to come your way again. My name is Christopher Obebo, and today I will continue still the topic that we'll be doing for a while, the topic titled Built to Last. Now, the emphasis for today will be on partnering with God. Partnering with God. I want to encourage you to head over to Chris Obebo on YouTube so that you can get to listen to the previous podcast. That way, you'll be able to understand what we have been discussing before we got here. And I'm sure that when you do that, you will really be blessed. So, today, built to last, and the topic again is partnering with God. The anchor text for today will be from the book of Psalm 127, verse 1. Psalm 127, verse 1, where the Bible says, except the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. Now, I will be dwelling on the first part of that verse 1. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. So from that passage, you can see that anyone can attempt to build a house, can attempt to build an organization, can attempt to build a business without necessarily getting the Lord involved. But the challenge is that the labor and the resources deployed into that venture will end up in vanity. And what does vanity imply? Vanity implies emptiness. Vanity implies futility. Futility of human effort. Futility of human effort without what? Without God's approval. So when the psalmist says, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. One should then ask themselves, what are the things that represent the manifestation or the demonstration of vanity? What are the things that represent the manifestation or the demonstration of vanity? The first thing that comes to my mind is prolonged waste of time. Prolonged waste of time. You can imagine a project that is probably meant to last for 1 or 2 years and drag up to the 20th year. And even at the 20th year, the project is not in any way near completion. That's a good example of what? Of vanity. Because when the project drags to that 20th year, that initial excitement of starting something new would have waned down and the person would have been weary and discouraged. The second example of vanity manifesting is when the project appears to be completed in quote, but a look at the project begins to remind one of tragedy, of loss, of sorrow. Bring back experiences that are negative, experiences of loss, experiences of tragedy or sorrow. That is an example of vanity. And I want to look at it from this angle. Look at the man that Jesus Christ talked about in the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 16 to 20. The man that his barn was full, his ground produced so much, and said, oh, I'm now going to bring down this barn and I'm now going to stock it up. And he actually did. And the Bible said that night his soul was required from him. Now put yourself in the shoe of the family of that man. When they look at, oh, this new barn that the man constructed, look at the one he pulled down, look at the effort he did and the people, the resources to get a new barn and stock it up with food for many years. And the man who did all of that laid dead. That's an example of what? An example of vanity. So the question then is, how can these vanities be addressed? How can these vanities be addressed? The answer to addressing that vanity still lies in that Psalm 127, verse 1. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Look at that first statement. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Can you see it? It means it is the Lord that builds first before man builds. The Lord builds first before man builds. Now, because we cannot see God physically, God is a spirit. Therefore, whenever God wants to build something he had finished before, he would drop the idea, the inspiration of that thing in the heart of an individual. So that individual will now give expression to that thing in this physical realm. It will bring it to this physical realm. God had finished with that project. God had completed that project. However, he will now look for a man that he can inspire, that he will drop the idea of that project in the heart of that person. That person is now the one that will now bring that project into physical manifestation in our material world for all of us to see. And that's why the book of Hebrews chapter 3 verse 4, Hebrews chapter 3 verse 4, the Bible says, for every house is built by some man. Every house is built by a man. But the one that builds all things is what? Is God. So God is the builder. He only uses men to bring to physical manifestation in our material world the things he had concluded. Yes, the things he had what he had concluded. So the lesson here is that if you want to build your life, you want to build your home, you want to build your family, you want to build your organization, and you want it to last in spite of the rain, in spite of the storm, in spite of the wind, you need to partner with God. You need to partner with God. Let Him show you what He had concluded and how you can give visible expression to that which He had concluded in this material world of ours. Let Him show you what He had concluded and how you can give visible expressions to what He had concluded in this material world of ours. And that cut across every aspect of human endeavor. It does not matter what you are doing. It does not matter your line of trade. It does not matter if you are self-employed or you are working for someone. There is that which God had finished, which you want to bring to physical manifestation in this our material world through your line of business. So, as an entrepreneur, for example, you can build with God like Noah. Like Noah built the ark. God knew that what the rain was coming. As far as God was concerned, the ark was already built. He just needed a man to what to bring it into physical manifestation. So, as an entrepreneur, you can partner with God like Noah did to build the ark. Now, what if you are a teacher? You can teach with superior wisdom, so much so that your lessons echoes through century. The impact of your lesson goes beyond the word, the four walls of your classroom, be it the traditional classroom or the online classroom. You can teach, and your lesson, the impact of your lesson will echo through centuries. Are you a builder? You can build with so much wisdom that you are not just laying bricks, but you are laying structures that will stand long, that will stand the test of time. And are you a creative? Whether you are a writer, you are an artist or musician, you are a creative, and you can create like Bezalel in Exodus 31. So that what? So that your art lives beyond the moment. I can go on and on. As a business executive, you can lead like Daniel, proposing boardroom strategies that outlast trends. Whether you're not a policymaker or what, or a politician, you can receive insight like Joseph that will help nations to survive famine and to secure their future. So wherever you find yourself, there are things that God had finished and He wants to bring them down to this earthly realm, and He needs you to partner with Him. So find out what God had concluded and wants to birth here on earth in your chosen field, in your chosen endeavor, and align with Him. Partner with Him. God is the builder of all things. Nonetheless, He uses men to build structures that will last. And I'm going to stop here, but with a question. Would you partner with God to build things that will last through your line of trade? I expect you to give an answer which is yes, and work towards becoming what God ordained you to be. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you.